And I'm joined by Jenna Clarke, Michael Danby and Claire Harvey on this big day that the election was called. Claire Harvey, Anthony Albanese was signalling a 9-seat win in Queensland just a few days ago, Queensland alone. Now he's saying he's the underdog and the PM is the favourite. Is this strategy going to work?
Oh, I don't know about this underdog strategy. I think that politicians always go for it. It's the trope during the campaign, right? They're both claiming to be the underdog, and neither of them really is. I think it's getting a bit old. I think people can see through it. I think Scott Morrison proves that he does actually think of himself as an underdog because he campaigns really hard all the way up till the end. That's what happened last time around. So yeah, I mean, today from Anthony Albanese in his campaign launch, we heard a log cabin story which he repeated in the ads that he put out yesterday, and he was, mixing with puppies. So I think, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to land.
Yeah, look, Jenna, we did see the opening salvos in the campaign today. Scott Morrison's very short, sharp press conference, a few key messages there, mainly focused on the government's economic record. Albanese's was long and rambling, but of course not everyone would have been tuned in to Sky News like we were. But what did you make of their opening messages to mark the start of the campaign?
I found they have just set up everything that we already have established about both the opposition leader and the Prime Minister. I think it's really interesting that, as we saw from Scott Morrison releasing the I Love Australia video last night, which is sort of set like the season 7 of House of Cards, it was set like a bit of a thriller. There's a bit of a fear narrative that's sort of underpinning a lot of the messages. You can't trust this bloke, you don't know him, they're going to sneak in and steal this election. Like, that sort of language is quite emotive to people that are probably not tapped into the election or politics every minute of every day like we are, Sharri. But I thought Albanese and Morrison were at stark differences on the spectrum, where Albo decided to exhaust the reporters by standing up there for 30 minutes and taking every single question that he could under the sun, whereas Morrison was very tight on his points of the fact that, we have been strong economic managers through a pandemic, through bushfires, and also through floods. We'll keep you in jobs and we'll just keep the ship steady as she goes. So whether that cuts through and doesn't ripple any waves in the wider Australia, being provincial Australia, then I think that they'll be home and hose when it comes to electoral success on May 21.